Let's get nutty, folks. Welcome to November. What? It's already November? Oh, man. The Christmas commercials are all running now. Oh, no way to get away from it now, guys. The holidays are upon us. Halloween is over. It's still warm. It's very dark outside because of the goddamn putting your clocks back, all that stupid stuff. Anyways, guys, welcome to Film Junkie Live. It is Monday, the end of Monday, November 3rd. Hopefully you guys are having a good Monday, right? Is there such thing as a good Monday? Maybe there is. Hit that like, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, do all the things. We got plenty to talk about today. Not like a ton, but we got things to talk about, of course. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. Congratulations to the Doyers for winning the World Series. Quite a game, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Anyways, let's see who's out there. We got Mr. Eric Hargold Entertainment. Honestly, if Zach develops a very good relationship with the theater-loving Paramount, it'll be a much better place for him than Netflix. Q, sell Rebel Moon to Paramount, and then have a role for Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise, right? Let's get Tom Cruise in there. Zack Snyder and Tom Cruise, that would be a great matchup right there. I'm just saying, that would be a really good matchup right there, not gonna lie. What's going on, Clone Avenger? Lanterns is my most anticipated comic book adaptation. I just hope it's worth the wait. I know, that's what we're gonna talk about. You know, we're gonna talk about that, and it's just like a lot of us were kind of like, really? What? No, don't do that. No. What's going on, Saladia? Good to see you. We got Phil right here. Hashtag mergers are stupid. Yeah. It's getting annoying now, isn't it? I think after a bit, I mean, it's so funny when it comes to mergers and acquisitions. What's going on, Arkham Knights? Good to see you, buddy. Who else we got? We got Jalen Harris. What is happening? Fair Jason. Good to see you, bud. And then, of course, we got Droga52. Mr. Axel. I watched Total Recall 1990 last night. What'd you think? 2 weeks. Tom Cruise as Zach's Hal Jordan. No, remember, that's supposed to be Ryan Reynolds. Remember? He said it. Still remember when that whole thing happened. My God. Oh, man. I'm having deja vu a lot recently, and that's for damn sure when it comes to Zach and grifters and all the kind of stuff and everything. It's pretty crazy how much I'm having like some deja vu when it comes to all this. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. And we got the edit goat 007. There's no way Supergirl makes more than Superman. I hope that doesn't affect Lantern viewership. I doubt it because, you know, I think it'll be a different audience maybe. Does Supergirl make more? Yeah. I don't know. That's what's going to be very interesting. I don't imagine that Supergirl cost as much. So, I don't know. I don't know what the budget for Supergirl is, too. So, I don't know. Some interesting questions when it comes to the DCU. And like I said, 2026 is going to be a very interesting year for the DCU. And like I've always said, it's, didn't start off spectacularly, but we'll see what happens. And as of right now, it's still intact. And Gunner is still very much leading the ship. So, okay, so you liked it, Axel. That's good. But again, guys, hit that like, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Become a member. We do a members-only Film Junkie Live now every Wednesday. So that's at the same time. I got to change the banner, but I had a problem with my little template that I made that banner. So now I got to like come up with a whole different banner, and I think it's time to update the banner. And but for the most part, the banner is correct, except for DC Fanabit is now an hour earlier on Wednesday, and then the Wednesday Film Junkie Live is a members only Film Junkie Live. That's what's changed. But yeah, so I was like, God damn it. You know, I had the Photoshop. I don't know what happened, but it got corrupted. You know, that's the thing. My little Photoshop template that had my banner, my little file for the banner got all effed up, and I was like, you got to be goddamn kidding me. So then I couldn't just update it real quick. So now I got to like basically start from scratch. And I was like, you know what? I'll probably just come up with some kind of new banner. But yes, it's still Film Junkie Live regular Film Junkie Live Monday. Wednesday, Film Junkie Live is a members-only Film Junkie Live. And then, of course, DC Fanimated is now at 7 o'clock Pacific time, which, Jesus Christ, the sun was going down at like 3 o'clock today. I hate that when we have to pull the clocks back. It sucks. I hate it. I know we're supposed to get rid of that one of these days, hopefully. I don't know when that's going to happen, but again, hopefully you guys had a good weekend. I had a pretty good weekend. Obviously, Saturday, I kind of just, I stayed home. And yes, I apologize again, guys. I know, like I've been saying, I'm going to do a Saturday vodka stream and then invite people who are patrons or members onto it. But hey, you could blame the Dodgers on that one, because I was like, oh, now there's Game 7. And obviously, that's when I would do the stream, is like during the game. So I was like, Game 7, and it was a great game. And again, congratulations to the Dodgers. But we'll see what happens. I'll try to do it. I was like, every time I'm like, I try to do, we'll definitely do one soon. But hopefully maybe this Saturday. But then, of course, we have the Geekverse thing that's happening too when it comes to all that. So, yeah. So I know, Eric, I know you keep asking about the Patreon member stream. Like I said, it's just... things just keep on happening, and I had intentions. I was like, oh yeah, I'm staying home. But then I was like, oh, Game 7. And then naturally I was, well, you know, a little update, I guess you could say. Update! Because, you know, part of the thing that I did on Saturday, too, was engage on Twitter. Because if you guys remember what I talked about at the beginning of the vodka stream on Friday, when it came to my tweets about the report that came out that Netflix, in fact, is looking to bid for Warner Brothers. And I posted a tweet that had just 3 words and 3 dots that said, and we're back. And there is a group of people out there that did not like that tweet. And of course I reacted to videos that were posted that had a reaction to my tweets, which was someone from Lethal Geeks, I think he actually did another one. I haven't watched it, but maybe I'll save that for Wednesday's Film Junkie Live. Maybe we'll watch it together, because apparently there was a response to the response, and I'm like, oh, here we go. We just got to keep on doing this. Probably. I don't know. Who knows? But of course, you guys were talking about that. Hey, good to see you, Stephanie. Always great to see you. But anyway, so yeah. That tweet, and then of course I got a bunch of responses, not a bunch of responses, but responses. It was the only people that did not understand that tweet were the people that used the Snyderverse to Netflix. It was pretty crazy, and I just was like going, you know what? I'm home. I'm gonna engage, because you know why I engage? Because I start asking questions, and it's funny because of course I get the insults sent to me. I'm a fraud. I'm a dickhead. I lie all the time. All the stuff. I'm a gatekeeper. I have no integrity. All the stuff, and all the stuff. You're a clout chaser. All the things and everything. And it's funny because when I start engaging, especially with specific people, when it comes to who was actually in my mentions, it was kind of funny because when I start asking questions or pushing back or defending, it's kind of very interesting to see, like that. I mean, obviously when it came to the Lethal Geeks dude, when it came to of course his video, I am gonna make that its own video. I'll probably post it tomorrow or whatever, but because that was fun. That was fun to break down those videos when it came to that, because like I said, you're gonna talk about integrity. And then all of a sudden it's like, integrity, you didn't give a shit about the fucking Schumacher cut until like April. I mean, it's very easy to search, just do a search on a profile on Twitter to show that you didn't really, okay. And then of course look at the YouTube channel, okay, and it's whatever. It's fine, but yeah, it's pretty crazy when it comes to all that. And yeah, let's see, wait, what the hell is that? Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was looking at some notes and I was just like going, what the F? But yeah, if you saw the opening of the vodka stream, I spent some time responding to that. And some people were like, Dave, why are you responding? I'm like, well, because, I'm defending, and they're loud people in the Snyder fandom and everything. So why not? But it's so funny because obviously when it comes to, I get accused of gaslighting. And it's kind of funny because gaslighting, all right. Gaslighting, I try to call out the gaslighters. I don't know, like, you know, some of you guys have been around for a bit, and you guys know I definitely try to call out the bullshitters when they're putting out the misinformation. You know, when it came to, you know, the Coulter Nerd, the Lightcast, the Sills of the world, all those kind of guys. When it was talking, I mean, there are people that are still gaslighting. For God's sake, you got Aaron Fisher out there when he posts videos talking about, oh, James Gunn's out, James Gunn this, James Gunn that. He's gaslighting his own audience. There's gaslighting right there. There's a ton of gaslighting when you see people that, of course, when they're looking at what Zack is posting and everything, they are gaslighting people going, oh, it's happening. It's definitely going to be happening. Everything's happening. I mean, there's gaslighting right there. Cosmic Book Movie News is gaslighting. And certain scoopers, I think My Time to Shine or whatever, they gaslight. There's a bunch of gaslighters out there, and I'm just like, I like to call out the gaslight. I don't know who I'm gaslighting when it comes to what I have to say, which is very interesting. I think, again, when you just push back and you realize when they call you something, it's like, oh, wait, you're actually doing that. You're actually doing that. And then, of course, when it comes to, you know, one person, some guy named Austin was saying that, oh, this is about truth and, you know, integrity and blah, blah. And of course, he's a very angry person. And I think he's part of a Ski Walker's little group right there. You know, Ski Walker, the guy that followed me to the bathroom to see what would happen at the Rebel Moon premiere 2 years ago, which was always funny. And, you know, I hate bringing that up because, you know, it's just like, it's such a ridiculous fucking thing. It should never get to a point where when you're at an event that's supposed to be happy and people are there to have a good time, you don't want to have a violent or, you know, a physical or a verbal altercation because that doesn't benefit anyone, you know. But anyways, so, you know, this person right there was like saying all the time, and I'm just kind of going like, what is truth? I was literally trying to, and it's so funny because, you know, when it came to that tweet, I was trying to explain to these guys, like, no, the tweet is, and we're back. It's a phrase. It's an expression. I didn't mean weird. I'm not trying to join your club. I do not want to join your club, cult, whatever you want to call it. I don't want to join it. I'm not part of it. I don't care for it. And of course, they always go like, save the receipts, because they think I'm just going to end up jumping onto whatever the hell they're doing. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. They're like, they can't wait for that, I guess. I don't know. But I'm just like, it was just funny because even though I kept saying, no, you misunderstood the tweet. No, you're lying. No, you're lying. And I'm like, oh, wow, this is kind of narcissistic behavior because you can't admit that you're wrong. You guys can't admit that you're wrong. And then I was like, literally, I would actually own it because I do stir the pot on Twitter sometimes. Sometimes when I see something, I'll stir the pot a little bit. You guys know this. Sometimes I do it and I will claim it. This time, I did not. It was literally not. And I couldn't believe it when it started blowing up and everything. Holy shit. It's crazy. So, my God. So we have all that. And then, of course, they accuse me for gatekeeping, naturally. And then I'm kind of going like, well, wait a minute. You guys are in my mentions saying that, what's this we stuff? Why are you saying we? Oh, all of a sudden you're coming. What? Oh, no, you can't do that now. You're literally gatekeeping now. You're literally gatekeeping my tweet that unintentionally triggered you? I was like, what? Wait. Oh, you're gatekeeping. What the fuck? You say I'm gatekeeping? No, you... Oh, and I've seen some of the way these guys tweets. There's one in particular who's part of also the Ski Walker little crew who retweets me every now and again when things happen, and he retweeted me again, but he immediately blocks me after that. It's so weird. I don't even understand that. It's like, okay, so you want to retweet and then you block me again. You unblock, retweet, and then block. I don't know. Fucking pussy. That's what I should just say. You're a pussy if you're gonna do that. But anyways, that's besides the point. I shouldn't name call, but hey, these guys name call me all the time. That's fine. But it's just kind of funny because, you know, you're saying gay, and I'm like, I've seen the way these guys tweet when it comes to people and the hashtag. I mean, they went after Mar. You guys know who Mar is? Mar, movies and whatever, Mar. He was one of the guys that started the Release the Snyder Cut hashtag. I even saw these guys go after him because he wasn't obviously on board with like their hashtag at the beginning. And again, it's gatekeeping. Again, it's gatekeeping. I'm like going, okay, again, a projection and stuff like that. So the gatekeeping thing is kind of funny because that's what they are doing. I'm not gatekeeping shit. Do whatever the fuck you want. Do whatever the fuck you want. Say whatever you want. Do whatever campaigns you want. I don't know how many times I have to say that. Okay? You have freedom to post whatever you want on Twitter, whatever campaigns you want to do, whatever hashtags you want to do, okay? You have the freedom to do that. I and others have the freedom to criticize you and what you post and make fun of it, okay? That's our freedom too. See how that works? That's just the way it works, okay? I'm not saying you can't do that. No, I've never said you can't do that. I've never even said to move on. Remember how people, and I even had somebody today go like, you want us to move on? I'm like, when have I said that? You don't have to move on, okay? You don't have to move on. You could keep on celebrating and doing all this stuff. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. You know, it's fine. Do whatever you want. But you have to accept the criticism. And then when it comes, for some reason, when it comes from me, God, you guys get fucking triggered like crazy. It's insane. And then the last thing, they say I'm a grifter. You know, I got the grifter thing calling again. And you know what's funny about the whole grifting thing? I started scratching my head. Scratched my head a lot and rubbed my chin. And I went, wait a minute. So I'm the grifter. Where the fuck were you guys during the Snyder Cut movement? I run like a little search on Twitter, and some of these guys joined after 2021, 2022. And then I look at their YouTube channels. No videos about the Snyder Cut. They started like 3 years ago and stuff like that. I'm like going, wait a minute. Whoa. Wait, I'm the grifter? Okay, but you guys where were you? I mean, as far as I could tell, just by running some searches, you guys weren't around. Where were you guys during the Snyder Cut movement? I don't remember you guys being around. That's very interesting. Huh. But okay, I'm the grifter, I guess. It's like, again, don't worry. I'm not going to join your club. I'm not going to join your club. You don't have to worry. But yeah, the guys that were coming heavy at me, all I had to do was run a search or look at their YouTube channels and go, you guys just showed up after 2021, after the Snyder Cut came out, and after the Restore the Snyderverse hashtag went crazy viral. You guys weren't around. Okay. But I'm the grifter. That's fine. Exactly. And some of these guys, like, yeah, like who you guys are saying, like some of you haven't heard of them during that whole time. And I'm like, okay, so there you go. So we covered gaslighting, truth and integrity, and gatekeeping. And then, of course, that Ski Walker dude, he actually came at me, too, and wrote this big, long paragraph and just flat out lied. You know, I'm the one that's lying, but he said that when it came to the Rebel Moon panel, which was 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, that the last time that Zack came on to talk about Rebel Moon, he was saying that right after Zack left, I started talking shit about Rebel Moon. That's right, guys. I waited till Zack left and I started talking shit about Rebel Moon. Now, I have my reservations about the movies. Like, I've had my criticisms because that's what I do. And just because Zack is one of my favorite directors, I will still critique his movies for sure. But I don't remember, I did not talk shit about it. Now, during that panel, I think Ben and Garza were part of that panel as well. They really didn't like the movie. So maybe that's what he's referring to. I don't know. But it wasn't me. I think Steven and I and Steven's wife were defending it as much as I could say. And then he also said that I was trying to get Zack to admit that his fan base is divided. What? Huh? I'm like, what? I don't even know what the... Whoa. I was like, what? Are you... I'm like, I don't... no, that did... Can you show me? Again, when these guys say that I'm being paid by corporate... I have corporate pals. I'm being paid by Warner Brothers. I'm saying this, I'm saying that. And you're accusing me of lying. You guys are literally lying, and you're not even backing up with proof. That's what's so weird about this. That's what's so weird about it. So that's the update. And like I said, and then the one question I was asking, and there was 3 individuals that were going heavy at me, you know, into the evening. And I asked all 3 of them because one of them was calling me a fraud. One was saying that I'm not a true Zack Snyder fan. And then, of course, the other guy, the Austin dude, was very fucking angry and saying weird shit. I asked all 3. I'm like, okay, so if Warner Brothers doesn't get bought out by Netflix, what happens? Like, if it goes to Paramount or one of the other studios, what happens? You know, what happens? 2 of them wouldn't answer. And finally, the Austin dude, he answered. And he said, well, I'll continue to have the hashtag and do campaigns for Netflix to get Zack's story. I went, all right, fine, cool. And man, he was very angry, and he kept on he called me, a lot of names, insults, and he kept on saying that I'm just responding because you're responding. And I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. You guys came into my mentions. I'm defending myself from you. I didn't come into your mentions. I never do that. You guys do that to me. Okay, I see the shit all the time on my For You page. I see your guys' shit, but I don't engage in like stuff like that. Maybe every now and again I'll quote tweet something, but that's a fact. I don't do that all the time. You guys came into my mentions. And it was like kind of funny because I was like, hey, no one's forcing you to respond to me, but you're trying to call me out for responding to you, defending myself? That's not how it works, okay? God damn. Go outside, touch grass, do all the things. Do some push-ups. I don't know. Exercise. Anyways, sorry, I didn't mean to like go on like a heavy spiel right there when it came to this, but I figured I'd update you guys when it came to all this and what was going on. But like I said, it's just like the reason why I do engage and do push back is because when I get all the things thrown at me, it just exposes them for doing what they're claiming I'm doing. Do whatever the fuck you want. I don't know how many times I have to say that, okay? But we have the freedom to criticize and make fun of if we would like to, okay? That's all. And again, I love the fact that you guys are changing the hashtag to now sell WB to Netflix because, yes, they were never going to sell Snyderverse as an IP because it's not the IP. DC's the IP. And then I think you're like finally realizing how things work. Anyways, okay. Let's start off. Let's go to the tweets. All right, let's get to the tweets here, guys. Now that I've done all that, and I want this right here. I definitely want this right here. If you have a stainless steel refrigerator, you want that right there, right? Holy Lord. Why wouldn't you want that right there? Oh, so great. I would want that. I mean, who would not? Any Star Wars fan would want that. And I'm just kind of going like, I think it's probably like a doctored image. Maybe it's not even real, but man, if somebody can actually make that for fridges, they would clean up. They would absolutely clean up when it comes to that. Absolutely clean up. Them wanting WB sold to Netflix is right. Yeah. Oh, it's selfish shit. All they do is they want just because of that. They want just because of that. Yeah, I know. It's all crazy. It's like they don't care about anything else when it comes to it. It's fine. And all right, guys, how we feeling about the Scream 7 trailer? Did you guys see the Scream 7 trailer? I'm sure you guys did. We won't have to go through the whole thing because I don't want to watch this trailer again. This trailer is not good. I don't know about you guys. This trailer is not good. You know, it's got the normal stuff. There's Nev Campbell, of course. Sydney. And then you got Sydney's daughter. You got some other returning people. And, you know, you got Sydney's daughter. That's Sydney's daughter. This trailer was not that good at all. I mean, we're all kind of wondering about Matthew Lillard coming back. And, you know, there's people that are coming back supposedly. But they weren't even part of the trailer or anything like that. The trailer was not good. It was not good. But then again, I got over this franchise after the third one. I was over it after the third one. So, I mean, the Scream franchise is kind of like the Fast and Furious franchise. I'm like, another one? Really? I didn't even watch the last Scream movie. And then, of course, that whole, you know, the whole controversy with Melissa Barrera, you know, that whole thing, too, was... You know, that was a whole thing as well. And then, of course, we also got the Stranger Things Season 5 trailer. So, naturally, that look, you know, it's all looking pretty epic and everything. And, you know, I don't know. For some reason, I wasn't as hyped. I'm not going to lie that I didn't feel as hyped when I saw this trailer. I'm still going to watch this very much. But I'm not as hyped as I feel like I should be. Ooh, look at that. Will's about to get effed. Time. Oh boy. And I think it's just because it's taken so long to do 5 seasons. Yeah. And I'm like going, Jesus Christ, I watched I remember, it's so funny. The first season of Stranger Things, I watched I lived in this duplex. This was like 2 houses ago. So I lived in this duplex for about 2 years, and then I moved to an apartment like that way and I lived there for 6.5 years, and now I live here in this house. And I'm going, Jesus Christ, that was 2 houses ago. The first season showed up. I had a small TV too, and it's like, what the hell? But I don't know, like, it just, the hype is not as much there. And then apparently, I don't know how much is true, but apparently Millie Bobby Brown and David Harbour, there's some friction. There's some friction there. Apparently, David Harbour was an asshole or something. I didn't really dig deep into it, but there's some articles going around that she filed for like harassment. So that's good. But then again, it could be fake news. I don't know. I was just seeing things, but it's starting to go out there. But I'm like, they just released the trailer, the full trailer. And then all of a sudden, like, we're getting reports that possibly Millie Bobby Brown filed harassment suit on David Harbour. It almost sounds like it's bullshit, but I don't know. If you look for it, you can find it. I just don't know. Like I said, I don't really want to, like, I didn't want to dive into it because I don't know. I know it was like the Daily Mail, and sometimes, you know, I don't know how legit the Daily Mail can be. I know some people are like, meh, but obviously a lot of people were sourcing that too, so who knows what's going to be happening? Who knows what's going to be happening? I don't know. And then did you guys see this? We're finally going to be getting a Call of Duty film. And who better to do it than Taylor Sheridan, the Yellowstone guy. That's right. He will write and produce the live action film. He's not going to direct, but he's writing and producing it. So a lot of people have been waiting for a Call of Duty film, and now we're getting it from Mr. Taylor Sheridan. So that's interesting. He just signed like a new deal, didn't he? For like Universal or something? He was with Paramount, and then he's going to sign something for Universal, or was it Universal, I think? And that guy's just been creating series like crazy. I don't know. I mean, after what Lily Allen's, oh yeah, there was that too. I know. It's we're finding out that apparently David Harbour's kind of a shithead because yeah, his ex Lily Allen sang about on her new album and stuff. Yeah. So, well, yeah. See, sometimes you can almost see this when it comes to celebrities. Because remember when I think a lot of people made a big stink one time when Stranger Things won like some kind of award. And then he talked about punching Nazis in the face. And a lot of people were like, well, who's deemed a Nazi? You know, because a lot of people call a lot of people Nazis that don't agree with them or think differently politically. And all of a sudden he was like yelling that in the microphone. And it's like, oh, sometimes you almost go like when celebrities go really too hard into the paint when it comes to activism, it's almost like they're covering their own demons. So you got to be like a little wary on that. That's why I appreciate the celebrities that don't go that hard. I think even Jennifer Lawrence even said like when she got asked about the political stuff, she went, you know, nobody cares about what celebrities say these days. She actually was very blunt and very honest, which, yeah, it's true. Nobody cares about celebrities, whether they're on the right or the left, what they really have to say. It's like, who the fuck cares, you know? Think for yourself and don't automatically think like the other person on the other side is so evil. Have discussions, you know? There's nothing wrong with just actually having discussions and everything. Anyways, what else we got? Keep going. Hey, did you guys know this? I had no idea because we know that there is going to be another Meet the Parents movie. This is now the 4th movie, right? Because they had Meet the Parents, Meet the Fockers, and then Meet the Little Fockers, right? And I love the fact that they have gotten away with that title, you know, because of one letter change. One letter change, and that's the O, to change the meaning of that. Other than that, it sounds very similar to the bad word that is fuckers, you know, but hey, they've gotten away with it, and I had no idea. I maybe this was just released, but they wrapped up the 4th movie that's got Ariana Grande in it, sadly, but I did not know it was called Focker-in-Law. So they're keeping the Focker name in the titles, and it's called Focker-in-Law, and we're not going to see it it's wrapped filming, but we're not going to see it for a whole year. Which is interesting because must be a ton of visual effects that are happening in there. I don't know. Is there music numbers from Ariana Grande? I don't know. But hey, I don't know. My whole thing, I'm like, Ariana Grande, super talented, but There's just something about her where I'm like, nobody has ever seen the actual Ariana Grande. Like, she's always performing. You go back to, that's always been my thing. You go back to interviews with her before she before this Ariana Grande, it is a totally different Ariana Grande. We're talking about skin tone. We're talking about weight. We're talking about a lot of things. Just the way that she's like a completely different person. And then you go even back further when she was a child actress, same thing. It's like she's like a completely different person. It's just, to me, I think just because she grew up in that space, she grew up in the Nickelodeon, the bad Nickelodeon kind of stuff. I almost think and she just feels like she's just like a performative robot. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. There's just something about super talented. Don't get me wrong. Super talented. She does great impressions too. But it's like she's always performing in interviews, like the Wicked interviews. What the fuck was up with that? And then we're going to get another round of that in a little bit with the new Wicked movie. And I just feel like she's always just performing. I'm Ariana Grande. I'm performing. It's always just feels like that. There's nothing authentic about her. That's the thing. Ugh. Now, all right. So, hey, what's going on, Versus Seed? They went through several clone. Yeah, she's just a clone of a clone. But yeah, I just got something about Ariana Grande. I mean, like, people can be concerned that when she wears like certain dresses and it's like you see the sternum. It's like, she again, it's like she was a little, she had a little bit more meat on the bones before. Now she just seems like a little frail. And I'm like going, hey, is she okay? Like, I'm just saying. Anyways, Zack Snyder. That's right. Zack Snyder always posting beautiful images naturally when it comes to the last photograph, behind the scenes stuff, everything like that. And I love this image right here that he posted because, it's going to be interesting too, because we're all going to do the thing where we do the not the Cliff Booth thing. I always forget what Leonardo DiCaprio's character is, but, we're going to point and we're going to recognize when we see this up close of Stuart, what's his name? And you got Zach right there sitting on something and just right in his face. It's such a beautiful shot, though. I love these behind the scenes shots that we're getting from Zach right here. And I tell you what, let's go to his Instagram. Because, of course, Zach doing Zack Snyder things. All right, let's go to his Instagram. So, we'll go through right here. He also posted, thank you, Zach, for posting this one right here, because the beautiful, the gorgeous Carla Gugino from the Sucker Punch set. Ooh, there it is. So he posted that. That was a shot with my Polaroid 4x5. So that's another Polaroid that looks just absolutely gorgeous. Yes. And there's Zach right there on a boat. He's on a boat. Big thanks to my Colombian crew and actors for an amazing experience. That was fun. So I guess he's wrapped up in Colombia. Hey, what is that right there? Zach Henry in his natural setting. Oh, look at that. So we got film right there. I'm guessing, I don't know if that's, so I'm kind of wondering, is that Man of Steel or is that BVS? Might be BVS. I think it's BVS. Yeah, it's got to be BVS, right? That's BVS. But that's really cool. But yeah, Henry in his natural setting. And then, of course, we have Hugh Jackman right here. I'm just kidding. That is Stuart Martin, who very much could play Hugh Jackman's brother. I mean, how does that not look like? How does that not look like Hugh Jackman right there? I mean, somebody even right there put a Hugh Jackman gif. But yeah, it just totally looks like Hugh Jackman right there. But another cool shot. What is that? Oh, cover the nipple. But this is such a beautiful, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous black and white dream lens shot. Arroyo Clay Works 50 millimeter dream lens. So he's taking a picture of the camera picture. It's so crazy. There's so many levels to this right here. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous shot right here. And then, of course, what? There's a Joker. There's a Joker. 50 millimeter dream lens Leica monochrome. Ooh, we got the back of it right there. Huh. Wait a minute. And then, of course, we got another shot right here from last photograph, which looks like an intense shot right here. This guy's really having some intensity. But yeah. Interesting that he didn't say Jared Leto right here, huh? So two things of why he didn't actually say Jared Leto right here. Because he did mention Ben Affleck, he did mention like Emily Browning, he did mention Carla Gugino, he did mention Henry Cavill when he posted those shots. Obviously right here we have Jared Leto not facing the camera. But we know that's Jared Leto's Joker, right? Or is it Jared Leto? Because we must remember that when it came to shooting the nightmare scene with Ben Affleck and Jared Leto, they were both not on the set at the same time. Damon Caro doubled. He doubled for each. I think. Possibly Richard Citrone maybe also doubled? No, I think it was Damon Caro that doubled for that shoot. I think Citrone did the initial BVS, of course, the BVS nightmare sequence. He did the stunt work. But I'm either going, okay, that could be Damon Caro, and maybe that's why he didn't say that, because on Instagram when he posted the Nightmare Batman shot, that was Richard Citrone. That wasn't Batfleck. That was not Batfleck until he did the close-up shot. Or possibly because Jared Leto has had some heat on him this year that he decided not to use his name. I don't know. See, that's the thing. I was like, partially, he did have allegations from how many women earlier this year? Maybe that's part of it. But then, of course, nothing came from that. I'm not saying that's the reason. I'm not saying either or. I was just kind of going, it was kind of interesting that he didn't mention Jared Leto's name. Maybe he'll post a front shot and then it'll be Jared Leto's name. Possibly. I don't know. We'll see. But again, beautiful images when it comes to Zack posting on Instagram. And it's so funny too, because even going back to all the madness that's been happening in my mentions, especially this past weekend, and again, like I said, these guys tweet whatever you want, tweet whatever hashtag, do whatever you want. I don't fucking care. And I'm not going to join your little club, cult, or whatever. I'm not going to join. Okay. Or anything like that. Do I personally think something is happening behind the scenes? No, I don't. I think if Zack was exclusively posting DC images, then I might be going, well, wait a minute. He's just posting that. But the majority is last photograph, of course, and he's peppering in different things. He's done Watchmen, Sucker Punch, 300. He hasn't done anything when it comes to Army of the Dead or Rebel Moon yet, which I'm kind of going, and again, I start like, what did I talk about when it came to the Vodka stream? I'm like, what's going on with the Army verse? What's going on with the Rebel Moon verse? Are Netflix still going to be moving forward with that? I mean, I have those questions, and there's nothing wrong with asking those questions. It's what I do, because we haven't got those green lights yet. But there's nothing wrong with this. Of course, yes, naturally, with all these, with each one, these guys are freaking out. Even Larry Fong on November 1st, he posted a BVS image of course, Henry Cavill. When he's saving the kid, during the Day of the Dead parade, celebration and everything. Remember, that beautiful sequence with Hans Zimmer's score and just that beautiful and everybody reaching for him. Obviously Larry Fong doing the cinematography on that. And of course, they added that into the arsenal of, oh, it's happening. And I'm going, do you fucking realize that November 1st was the Day of the Dead? And that's probably why he's posting it? Again, I know. You're such a boner killer, Dave. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to gaslight. Right? I'm not trying to gaslight. Anyways. But yeah. I don't know. These images are beautiful. And like I said, if it was exclusively that, but I think, like I said, Zack knows what he's doing because he knows his DC images are they're going to have an increase of engagement, which is super smart. Okay. Pepper in some of the other stuff in there. Once you pepper in some of the DC stuff, guess what? More eyes on the Instagram. Smart marketing, because Zack is a smart dude. Okay, he's a smart guy. Anyways, okay, back to the tweets. Let's give them something to talk about. How about this? Warner Brothers is in talks with Keanu Reeves and Tim Miller for a sci-fi package called Shiver. That's right. It was reported by Very Interesting. I mean, these two together, that could be big time awesome right there. Tim Miller and Keanu Reeves teaming up together. Sign me the F up. And, you know, I have to say this, you know. You guys know how I feel about Haley Steinfeld. And, you know, she got married to, you know, Josh Allen. What does Josh Allen have that I don't have? Everything? Yeah. He's got, you know, talent. He's got height, stature, millions of dollars. He's the quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, of course. No, but I always make jokes. But did you guys see what they dressed up? They dressed up for Halloween. They dressed up as Bobby Boucher, the water boy, and then of course the girlfriend. I forget her name, but yeah. So there you go. You got Josh Allen dressed up as Bobby Boucher with all the water boy stuff, and then of course she's the girlfriend with the sign that says "Want me to kill them." That's just so freaking cool. Yeah, I hate them. I hate them because they're so goddamn cute. Whatever, it's fine. It's fine. Anyways, and speaking of Halloween, whoever did this, kudos to you for this freaking this wins the jack-o'-lantern freaking the jack-o'-lantern carving contest right here. Perfect. Really, they're putting an ad on the live stream again? Ugh. Sorry about that. Like I said, I have no control of that. No freaking control of that. Sorry. And then, of course, you know, Halloween. You know, God bless Becky G. You guys know who Becky G is? Becky G played Trini in the 2017 Power Rangers movie, which I really enjoyed, and I was hoping there was going to be more, but it just didn't do as well at the box office, and people didn't accept it as well. It's becoming kind of a cult classic now, that Power Rangers movie. And Becky G, you know, she was kind of, you know, young, new, nobody really knew who she was, and then we find out, oh, she's actually like a Latina singer. She got very much talented, and, you know, since 2017, well, she's, you know, grown into her womanhood, and then of course she dressed up as a Power Ranger, and God bless her. I mean, she was just like, F it, let's do this. I don't remember her looking like this in the movie. I'm just saying. But God bless her. Okay, that's enough of that. You relax, guys, relax. You should see the pictures. You should see the pictures that she posted. She's not afraid to do the, you know, that kind of picture. That's right. That kind of picture, you know, yeah. Look it up. I'm not going to show it here. But she's hot. She's freaking hot. Let's just say that. And this is funny right here. And this is when I love it when Jimmy Guns actually, like, you know, responds to people online when it comes to certain things, because, you know, you can find humor in it. And this is like, you know, do more of this, James Gunn, do more of this, as opposed to just, you know, wanting. And I think he's, after this first year of the DCU and everything and running DC Studios, I think he's finally, you know, let's say he's got to find that ground of like, you know what, I don't have to respond to everybody. And he knows this. He's even talked about it in interviews. But somebody posted, Variety just ends up messing up. So Sabrina, she Halloween, and when she was singing Man-Child, she came out as Superwoman. What? Superwoman. And then, of course, James Gunn is like, Superwoman? Variety. You gotta love Variety. Variety. Top trade, entertainment, and they fuck up like that? I mean, it's clearly a Wonder Woman costume. How do you F that up that much? That is so crazy, but I just love the fact that, like, James Gunn's like, Superwoman? Like, come on, guys. You even got the You even got the head of the DC studios going, what the F? I know, we got to relax, you know. Anyway, it's good to see you, Monique. Hey, good to see you. And let's see, what else we got? Oh, yeah. Asher Angel. Asher? Is that his name? Yeah. Asher Angel, of course, who played Billy Batson in the Shazam movies. You know, obviously he's all grown up right now, and a lot of people have been fan casting him to play Dick Grayson in the DCU or be Nightwing. And even he's like alluded to the fact that, hey, I would like to actually, you know, continue playing that role. And the dude's like, you know, he's posting stuff. The dude's gotten jacked. He's gotten pretty jacked. You know, now that he's no longer a kid, a teenager, he's like, I think he's in his, or, you know, he's in his early 20s right now. But he posted this picture right here, of course. So I'm like, dude, the dude is 100% campaigning, big time. And somebody was wearing, of course, the Nightwing shirts, and then he's pointing at it. And then, of course, he posts that on Twitter. So, yes, he is 100% campaigning to play Nightwing for James Gunn. James Gunn's got to be like, all right, we got to get you in the costume, and now we got to look at your Bootius Maximus. That's part of it. You better be doing those squats there, Mr. Angel. It's part of the gig. And you know, it's just because of video games and all the comic books, the way that they drew, and the fact that he doesn't have a cape. Yeah, you got to have the glutes really fucking popping out. Just saying. I think he could be a Dick Grayson. He could be. And then, yes, guys, who saw Back to the Future over the weekend, the 40th anniversary on big, beautiful IMAX? I tell you what, guys. And here's Mama Film Junkee and I hit her up. I was like, you know what? I was like, hey, you want to go see Back to the Future? And so there we are right there. Of course, I wore my Hill Valley 1985 Bulldogs shirt. Represented the Bulldogs from Hill Valley. But there we are right there. And, of course, she's wearing her Dodgers jersey the day after they won the World Series. But I'll tell you what, man, magical. I love that movie so much. I mean, it is one of my all-time favorite movies. It's a lot of people's all-time favorite movies. It's a perfect adventure blockbuster movie. It's really perfect. Of course, it's a little weird when you're watching a movie about, you know, a guy going back in time and then his mom has the hots for him and I'm sitting next to my mom. It's a little weird, but hey, I'm just kidding. You know, it's all make-believe fantasy. It was kind of funny, like, oh yeah. But no, I'm just saying, like, watching it on the big screen, and we went to this new IMAX, like the movie theater that I go to that's right up the hill. They opened up a new IMAX. Sadly, it took about 25 minutes for them to get the projector going. But yeah, it was really cool to see. Like, I love that movie. So I got teary-eyed. I got teary-eyed when I heard first, you know, when it started. I was like, oh my God, this is fucking so fucking cool. With all the clocks and everything, you see the title. And then, of course, when Power of Love, when that started playing, I was like, Jesus Christ, this is crazy. And then, of course, when you first hear the Back to the Future score, so great, so intense. I loved every bit of it. And it was cool, too, because I was letting my mom know little Easter eggs that she never knew about before as well. So we had a good time. We got some lunch and got to watch Back to the Future in beautiful IMAX. My God, it was so clear. It was just, and the sound shakes your butt cheeks, man. And then this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. This hasn't happened since Jim Carrey in 1994. This hasn't happened. But we have now Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey should reach out to Mason Thames. Is that what his last name is? Thames? If you guys don't know who that is, well, you will, because he was in 3 movies this year. He starred in 3 films that hit number 1 at the domestic box office this whole year. He's 18 years old, of course, Mr. Mason right here, and it hasn't happened since Jim Carrey in 1994. So obviously, How to Train Your Dragon, The Black Phone 2, and then, what's that movie? I don't even know what that one movie is. The romantic comedy. I don't know if it's not romantic comedy, but I know it's like a sad romantic movie. I don't even know, like something together. I don't know. I didn't see it. I saw the other 2 movies. But that is pretty crazy right there. That is pretty insane that that has not happened since Jim Carrey. I mean, naturally, you could say, you know, the box office in October wasn't all that great. So that last movie right there, it like, of course, was going to get number one. And we'll talk about the box office. But the Black Phone 2 is successful, is going to be successful. And How to Train Your Dragon, also a successful movie. The other one, maybe not so much. I don't know. But it is pretty insane that that happened. He's only 18 years old. So Jim Carrey, call up Mason. Pretty sweet. Never happened since. Christopher Nolan, you should say it louder for the people in back. And of course, you know, when it comes to everything that's happening, you know, at least like in my little world, a little bit when it comes to, you know, the whole Netflix thing and everything that's happening with that. But we have Christopher Nolan right here. Christopher Nolan, you know, he's a real one. He's Christopher Nolan. But of course, naturally, I don't expect any of those guys who actually acknowledge this quote right here. But then I'm also kind of wondering, I mean, this is from the Nolan archive. I don't know like where the source is, but it's an interesting quote. Read this right here when he talks about streaming services. Christopher Nolan doesn't see streaming platforms as an innovation for cinema. We work in a mature business. I like to say we're Heinz. We make ketchup. We're not a tech company. The innovation in our industry has always been and should always be what goes on the screen, not what the screen is, but what the seats, not what the seats are, not whether you've got two drinks, cup holders, or one or whatever. That's all irrelevant. It's what we do as filmmakers, what we put on the screen. That's where the potential is infinite and needs to be explored. Yes. And that's why like we get a little nervous about Netflix and the fact that they're not about the theatrical model. But I know they're trying to dive into it, so I can have an argument with that. Hopefully they will. And if stuff does happen with Warner Brothers, by all means, please let Warner Brothers continue to release movies in the theaters. Would be nice, right? And then, yes, guys, this Saturday, the Geekverse guys are doing their annual charity stream, their 24-hour stream, and then naturally we do the battle, the battle when it comes to the trivia battle, and I'm going to be taking part of it again. So that was announced right here. Film Junkee returns. He's hosted before. Yes, I did host 1 year, but now and then of course I used to be, you know, I was Team Travis at one point, but now I'm gonna be Team Chris, and that's Mr. Team Chris Balga, Team Balga. So obviously Mr. Balga, always on the Vodka stream. Always love talking to Mr. Balga. Now I am part of his team, so good stuff. All right, that is the tweets right there. So cheers. Huh. If they bring Asher in, better bring in Grace. Oh yeah, a lot of people want Grace to be like Wonder Woman or something. But yeah, I don't know what time exactly it's going to be happening on Saturday, the Geekverse thing. But of course, just follow me on Twitter. I'll even post it on YouTube as well. But it's always fun. It's always fun to do that. How's the stream looking? It's not freezing up, is it? Is it freezing up? Uh-oh. How's the stream, guys? Is the stream doing that thing again? Please say it's not. Okay, I don't know. On Twitter, it's... on the Twitter... How's the stream looking? It's not freezing up, is it? Is it freezing up? It might be freezing up, isn't it? How's the stream, guys? I'm looking at it on Twitter, and it's not looking good. Yeah. It's kind of buggy. Audio's fine. God damn it. Why? Yeah, I saw that on Twitter right now. God damn it. Yeah. It's totally buggy. Audio's fine. God damn it. Why? And yeah, it's probably not going to freaking do any better. Jesus Christ. Of course. So it's probably done. It's probably done for. Shit. Yeah, it's probably done for. God damn it. Yeah, it's fine on my end, but it's the outputs. I don't know what the hell. God damn it. See, now that I don't do a full Film Junkee live on Wednesday, Now it's just gonna freaking, now it's just gonna do it on Mondays. Don't need money. Let's see. Is it? It's just. It's probably gonna. It's not clearing up, is it? God damn it, man. So freaking tired of this. I just need a new computer. My computer is just not handling it anymore. Now I can't even check because there's a freaking ad. There we go. Yeah, it's totally effed, isn't it? Yeah, it's totally just freezing up. I don't know why. Yeah, it's just totally just not doing good. It's just totally like, it shows like a second of a frame and then it starts freezing. So it looks like this is just not going to happen. Of course. Why would it happen? Why not? Good Lord. Yeah. So, man, I tell you what, it's getting annoying. And I don't know what to, there's nothing I could do besides end the stream and then start it again. Jesus Christ. I don't know why, I just can't, it just doesn't want to, I don't know, wait. Start, buffer, replay, but what the hell does that mean? Let's see. Is it streaming platform or your computer? It's probably my computer, the output's probably just like messed up. I mean, it shows like my little screen on right over here is fine. Oh, I just totally froze right now. Oh, it just totally froze right now. Shit. Did it? Yeah, it's freezing. It's totally frozen right now. God, man. It's just, I don't know. It's like the output is just not wanting to do its thing correctly here. Yeah, maybe I gotta look into something. Where it's just, I don't know what's over. Yeah, why it's doing this. What about, no, the internet connection should be fine. Oh no, internet connection should be good. I think it's just the output. There's something with the output that is just not working correctly. And I think it's just, I mean, I've had this computer for over, I don't know how long I've had this, like 4 years, going on 5 years. So I'm thinking that it's just, something like that. I don't know. I think I'm going to have to wrap this up because it's going to bug the hell out of me. It doesn't seem like it's going to be coming back at all. Output, there's nothing I could do. There's nothing I could fix when it comes to that. Try doing Instagram lives. I don't know if it's YouTube. I think it just might be my computer. Might be my Streamlabs or whatever the hell. God damn it, man. Yeah, it's not clearing up. It's just, it's all locked up and everything, so. Fuck. All right, well, I'm going to have to change. I'll keep the live stream up for sure, but. Yeah, I'll keep this live stream up for sure, but I'm not gonna. But I'm just gonna scrap everything else. It seems like it wants to. It's just not gonna work. God, man. I'm just like waiting for it to actually clear up, but there's no way that it's gonna be clearing up. I don't want to do reload. Yeah, do I want to reload? Nah. It's like part of me is just like I just gotta have to move back to Streamlabs until I get a new computer. It's probably what's gonna have to end up happening. I'm gonna have to go back to Streamlab because I don't have any issues really with that. And yeah. Wait. Let me just try something here. Nope, that didn't work. Did that work? No. Oh, nope, that didn't work. The stream's not ended. Did that work? No, still frozen. Nope, I think that ended it. Did that end it? No, it didn't. Yeah, it's just totally, it's effed. It's effed in the B. All right. Okay, well, I mean, Sorry, guys. It's just not gonna. It's not happening. Fuck. I guess I'm gonna have to Yeah, I'm just gonna change this stream right here. It's not like I had much to talk about anyways, I guess, but look forward to, I'll record a DCU, like what I was going to talk about when it comes to DCU, and I'll post that. I'll post that tomorrow, and yeah, everything else is like, there wasn't really much else anyways. The box office was whatever, and the Avengers Doomsday, they're talking about the multiple different cuts of the Avengers trailer that might include Steve Rogers and Peggy, and might not, all this kind of stuff. So, yeah. Anyways, all right, guys. Have a good rest of your Monday, and then of course Tuesday and everything like that. And hopefully, we'll do a members only stream, of course, on Wednesday, because I'm not going to use, of course, Stream.